Yo, what's up, world? It's Holden Stephan Roy here, and I'm super excited to try out a whole new series with you where I walk around the neighborhood and vent some ideas that are going on inside of my head. Today, I wanted to tell you that I truly wish these local independent rap/hip-hop shows that I attend started on time. That is the subject of the video. So if you like the content, you feeling the energy and the vibe, and you want to see more, like, comment, subscribe, tell me what you think. Do you wish shows started on time, or are you on team Psh, that's the way it is, my friend? It always must be like this, and forever the world shall be as it has been. Some other weird stuff that people be saying. Anyhow, I want to add the little caveat that if you happen to be a person where you be making your bag, you be doing your thing, and truthfully, everything I'm about to say don't mean nothing to you, I respect that. That's dope. Props to you. If you, like the rest of us out here, the way things are going is making nobody bags. It's making people situations where they are breaking trust with their audience. In fact, I will go as far as to say that when you put a time that starts on a flyer and you advertise that to people, and then your choice is to not adhere to the time that you, person promoting this event, put on the flyer, it's a big disrespect to your clients. Sorry about that. I guess we're gonna have cuts in this one. End of the day, it matters of taste, and taste alone are people right. And so when it comes down to entertainment, it is a matter of taste. The only right thing is what will make the people that you are trying to hustle your tickets to want to come back to this show. End of the day, what I see happening is there's this weird cycle. Things start late. Why? A plethora of reasons, including of which the performers are not on time, the people, the audience is not on time, no one's on time. But the truth of the matter is the show doesn't start on time, so it doesn't really make a difference to the audience and the performers and everything. There's no consequence for the show being late, except that people don't take this thing any more seriously. So now it's to a point where I think things need to change a little bit. Like, I'm just trying to get people bags at the end of the day. I just want people to want to come to your show, put up the money to get in, and then have people reliably arrive when they're supposed to. Now, I say this because I'm a busy-ish person. I know I do a whole bunch of stuff, and I'm a firm believer that time is money. So if you're going to have people and tell them that they need to arrive at a particular time, how are you going to waste their money like that? That's just you being super disrespectful. But let's break this down a little bit further. I think that people in this scene look at it like a giant party. I think that people are so used to selling tickets to each other, as in their peers, that they don't really understand the bigger picture of what an audience is. So I'm gonna break it down for you. At these shows, there's like three groups of people involved. The first group of people is the artists. They're like the talent. You could argue that the artist is fundamentally the product of the show. They're the product. So the artist is, in theory, well, I guess they're a service. They're providing a service. But this service that's being provided is you as an artist are showing up, and you are to perform your set at the described time. And that's ultimately what people are paying money for. Now, to facilitate this is going to be the support staff. This might be the graphic designers, the sound people, the promoter themselves, the host, the DJ, everybody else that's involved. I mean, some of these people may actually just be booked. You get where I'm going with it. It's just to contextualize it. All of these people involved in the scene, if you want to extend it to beat makers, producers, all of these people involved in the scene, they're not the clients, right? They're your peers. Effectively, the artists, the various support roles to promote and build up these artists. All these things are ultimately nothing more than the people that make up the scene. They're like the company. So what we're doing when we just cater to, I guess, these people, and we ignore the actual audience, who's the third group of people, it's like you're throwing a party, and then the only people you care about are the people who work there. And so everything's about the people who work there. But none of these people are necessarily getting paid. So a lot of these artists and people who quote unquote work there or are part of the scene, since they're not getting paid, they don't necessarily care as much. So who's supposed to pay for all this, you may be wondering? Because at this point, and this is a little unscripted, I'm just kind of venting ideas. It's an experiment, people. But who is supposed to be paying for all this, you may be wondering? Well, the person who's paying for this is the audience member. They're the client. These are people, if we're doing this authentically, if we're really trying to build this up, these are the people that don't make music. They don't engineer. They're not videographers. They're not photographers. They just want to be there and have a good time. They are the people that are the blood of the scene. And if you want to look at it in a different perspective, they're the literal money of the scene. So without these people, without the people that are like putting money into the shows to like pay for it, who's doing it? Just the artists and stuff? Like, this doesn't make no sense. Now, I'm gonna tell you straight up, the people I work with, they make above the average salary at Canada. It's some corpo, whatever things. These people want to be in bed by a certain time. They want to plan their lives by a certain time. And while the nightlife may feel the way, it's arguably not actually the largest demographic in the city. And you know how you know that? Because go to any festival that takes place in the daytime, and the population of people willing to participate as audience members is vast. Seas of people. At nighttime, I guess if you're 20, I don't know. Maybe I'm off on some of these points. Feel free to put me in my place. I'm okay with that. But what I'm noticing is that there's not a lot of audience members at these shows. I guess that's a roundabout way of landing on that. There's an audience out there. They exist. People are willing to invest in what we do. People are willing to come to things that are fun. But people also rely on things like the flyer to account for how they're going to spend their day. Now, if people want to show up late and miss half the show, the people who purchase the tickets have the right to do that. And if you're opening an event, like my G, the way it's supposed to work as an opener, and promoters, keep this in mind when you book. You don't put like stars on the opening if this is how it's going to be. But as an opener, you've just always ran the risk of performing to nobody. Like when I went to go see Linkin Park, and because why am I going to compare against the local scene? I'm going to go compare against people that actually make money doing this. I'm not here to waste time. I'm here to find the best way forward and stuff. But when you go see a real concert, you'll find that the opener performs to a near empty venue. They're not out there being the main event. They are simply out there performing to a 10% of the people that will be there for the second person that's there. Maybe this person does have a bit more of a fan base, does have a bit more love, and then finally people will come in for the main event. And that's just the way it is. But if you tell people via the conditioning of your event that frankly it can start whenever the people arrive, then you change the power of things. If a performer expects the show to start on time, they're going to arrive on time. Everything that's pushed back later, nobody's getting paid for this, keep in mind. Because when people are getting paid, there's contracts. You don't get this type of tomfoolery, as we'll put it. Not that I would know. Maybe you do. But I would hope that there's less of it when there's contracts securing things like what time y'all need to be there. Maybe we need to look into contracts more. But what I'm trying to say is, you are establishing a bit of a social contract with everybody involved in the show. So when I see sound check at 7:30 or whatever time it may be, and I show up at 7:30, whatever time it may be, and there was no reason to be there because the show's not even going to start until 2 hours after it was supposed to, what am I doing for all that time as a performer? So I get frustrated and I don't want to be at this shit. I don't want to show up on time. Everyone's just so used to this. But what really impacts it the most, I think, is how the fans behave. And the fans see us not even respecting our own stuff. So we're performers, we're salty, we know the show's not there, so we're not there to greet our fans. We're not there to integrate and be part of the scene. Then if the only people who come here are low-key trying to make money off of artists in some way or another, then really who's there to love the music and stuff? So yeah, some people might come to support their homeboy or whatnot, but if their experience is, wow, this show started super late, 3 of the artists on the lineup didn't bother to come. Wow, this promoter didn't respect my time and my energy. And it's all of us, maybe. It maybe is all of us. But think about that. If the person who came and put money in to support their friend doesn't feel respected by the event, where you may think I'm being hyperbolic, but your boy shows up on time. So I've been going to things where I'm the dude in the event, where I buy the tickets and I have to be like tisk, young corpo office worker who would probably buy merch and put more money into stuff than a person trying to get him free on a ticket or whatever. That person, you didn't know better. You didn't know that the time on the floor is a guesstimate. A guesstimate where people in the scene are so negligent to the feelings of their fans that they just accept it as it is. I'll be wildly looking at it like it's all of our faults, I guess what I'm trying to say. To me, We have to fix this. So I be constantly looking for who's punctual in this, because when you're punctual, it shows a degree of respect and caring. Like, there's no good excuses if you agree to do some shit, minus like even parenting responsibility. Like, bro, if you're a parent and your kid gets in the way of you performing, you're clearly not in a place in life where like you can go be a performer. So like, artists got to stop accepting things they can't agree to. I'm not like opposed to people working something out, like, yo bro, I finished work at this time, let me come. But that's not really what it is. People just be pulling up when they pull up because they know that things aren't going to start on time. So why should they be bothered? But I don't know. I've been at like 30, 40 events this year, something like that. And like 3 or 4 of them started on time. That's it. Most of them just kind of dilly-dally, like promoters are waiting for this magical buzz of audience to come. But then what kind of happens is the people's there might be hollering at their friends like, yo, this ain't lit. I'll be here for an hour and ain't nothing happening, because nobody's going at this from the perspective of the audience. The artist is going, bro, I don't want to rap at an empty room. The footage, the videographer, all these people, none of them really care about actually how the audience member feels. You can tell that, yo, videographers, y'all be making a wall of videographers in front of the stage on a side tangent, and it's stupid, and you all are kind of killing the vibe at the shows. Like, you're not, you guys, one of you needs to be there, and frankly you should be trying to dodge mosh pitters and whatnot, because like, I ain't pay money to watch a sea of videographers when I'm in the crowd. Y'all gotta be smarter with your placement and stop taking up the whole space in front of the stage. Yo, I'm on some rantiness. That's why we're outside walking, so I can try to get it out a bit, you know, try to figure out. That's what this series is going to be. All my grievances and gripes as an active performer in the Montreal scene, just trying to make sense of how to get us all to a place where we can make some bags. I got to get some stuff out. But the number one thing I'm thinking is, if we start our shows on time and we all show up on time and everybody stops acting like drug dealer time is the way to go. But I could tell you one thing, if I go to your show and it starts like an hour and a half late and nothing was showing up on time, like, I'm not looking you as the promoter like in a good way. Like, your job is to run that and make it go smooth, and like, explain to your artist ahead of time that, like, yeah, you 3 are gonna open to nobody, so that when people walk in, there's artists performing, not a DJ just playing music. Have your artist start on time. It's gonna be real bad. It's gonna be like pulling a band-aid off for like the first 3 or 4 times when people get some stark and harsh realities. Oh, I missed my friends. Oh wow, the show is half over because I pulled up 2 hours late. All of these things are gonna happen. Ain't nobody gonna get a refund, because that's not how it's gonna work. And people are fundamentally going to learn that when they see your brand as a promoter, it's gonna start on time and to be there. And if we can be more punctual and stop trying to make everything go past metros, like, yo, let's be real. Let's be real out there, people. I know a lot of y'all want to run these parties till 2, 3 in the morning. Like, and a lot of y'all are the same people that was just doing this 10, 11 years ago. But we in our 30s. Like, on the Thursday, what are you doing? End that by midnight, bro. If the venue you're at don't like your time plan, go find a new venue. There's venues all over. But instead of trying to worry about throwing these parties that are crazy, running till midnight, till 2, 3 in the morning, all night, this, that, the next thing. Yo, just be strategic with your stuff. Buy what you can afford. Stop going above your means. Get like smaller scale things. I don't know what to tell you, but if your show don't start on time, you're burning your reputation, and it makes it harder to make it come back, to the point where when people just see your branding on a flyer, not you as an artist, but you as a promoter, people gonna know that that means that they don't really have to show up on time. May as well come when they want. Who effing cares? Well, you know who cares? The artists, the people who put time, energy, and in some cases literal money into financing and fundraising these events. So just have more respect for stuff, is all I'm trying to say. Let me know what you think in the comments, because I know I ranted all over. I have zero idea if this gets more concise. Zero idea. It may be like this. I had a lot more concise thoughts when I thought it up, but fundamentally I just want y'all to know, if your show starts on time, we all gonna make more bank. I just promise. Try it for 6 months. Do 6 shows. Try it for 6 months. See what happens. But yeah, I guess I'm gonna end it there. Walking on Fieldy now, heading home. My name's been Holden Stephan Roy. It's a brand new thing. Like, comment, subscribe if you mess with this, and I'll be back with more thoughts and observations in the future. And live long and prosper, everyone.